to April's activation. This is the time for us to get together, to tune ourselves, to tune our bodies to the light, to the cosmic energies, so that whatever life is bringing us, we can navigate that with a lot more ease, with effortlessness, with grace, with compassion, and with love for ourselves and others, right? So, this has been a challenging time. It's been a challenging few years. And yet there's always something else that's it feels like we're going down this birth canal, right? Birthing, although I have not been blessed with that process myself and gone through that experience, but it's a difficult experience. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure, right? So you're being squeezed through. But in that pressure that you're feeling, it's stimulating all the body's functions and the neurons, and it's activating all this stuff within the baby before the baby makes itself out into the world, right? So they've actually done a lot of studies between children who are born through cesarean section versus children who are born naturally, and they discover there's quite a difference in their development in that process. So I'll let you look into that research for yourself. But I do remember hearing about that a long time ago, and I found that fascinating. And it's because of the contractions that happen as it's kind of preparing the baby's body for entering this world. And when you're born through other means, you bypass that natural process. And so you have a different experience of life after that. It makes sense, right? And so this is kind of what this month is looking like when I look at it. It's this pressure, it's this contraction, but yet it's carrying you through to the other side. And on the other side awaits new life, okay? So the more that we can surrender to this process and have tools in place that we can use, that we can rely on, that help us navigate these times, the better off we are, right? Because we begin to embrace what's coming, we don't resist what's coming, and we take these challenges as opportunities for ourselves to offer more light in the world, to offer more of ourselves. It gives us an opportunity to connect more deeply with our own hearts and with our own light, and in turn, we shine more brightly and can lift everybody up at the same time. Okay, so that's what this energy is looking like. As I started looking into it, this is what it's looking like so far, is that we're being kind of squeezed through to the other side, but we do come out the other side, and that's the purpose of this time, right? We all I think, know this on a deep level within ourselves, that we are here to create a new world together, and our souls know that. That's why we've chosen to come here. And it's not a comfortable process, birthing yourself into a new paradigm of being. But there are so many beautiful light doulas on the earth at this time to help guide one another and show each other the way, right? We're all there to walk each other home, as Ram Dass said. In all my years of practice and exploration, practice with clients and exploration for myself, with working with the body, the energy of the body, and the consciousness of the body-mind, is I keep coming back to this time and again, that the number one source of our pain, the root of all of our pain, is in the separation that we feel from Source. However you want to label Source, with the One, with God, with Goddess, with the universe, okay? That separation and this birthing energy that we're feeling right now, when we birth through that other side, then we feel disconnected from our mother. It's that separation where we feel that pain most acutely, that oneness that we felt before our umbilical cord was cut. This is going to be different when we're birthed into this new time, into this new earth, into this new realm, this new consciousness. We birth ourselves into connection. We don't lose ourselves, we don't lose the connection. And it's that connection that is at the root of restoring that harmony and peace and health and well-being that we're all seeking. And that affects all areas of our life. So pain, what I'm finding is the source of all of our pain is in this separateness. And you don't have to look very far to see how many, divisive things are happening in the world to keep us separate. And so am I thinking in a way that's isolating me or separating me from others. Yes, we are unique expressions of the one. We are unique expressions of the one, but recognizing that everybody is an aspect of the one is different from saying, you know, creating all these divisions and separateness in the world, which engender all the challenges and pain that we're seeing. Right? Thank you for being here with me to harmonize the nature of oneself, where you take, you know, just 30 minutes for yourself each month to tune and align yourself with your own light and with your own heart and with your own connection to your soul and to your well-being, because this has massive impact on the world around you. And so I honor your presence here today. And for those of you who are new, I'm 𝘗𝘰𝘯𝘢𝘕. I'm a licensed acupuncturist, sound healer, and clairvoyant. And I have been helping people in one form or another for over 22 years awaken the healing intelligence of their body-mind so they can live a life of harmony and well-being. We're just playing with the mic. Of harmony and well-being. Let's begin. Let's do the drawing. Let's see where the drawing takes us today. Okay, so for those of you who are unfamiliar with how I work, I use drawing and sound as remote viewing tools that help me see the information in the field that is there for us today for the patterns that we are seeking to address and harmonize. So I'm going to start out with the drawing and share with you those messages for this month. Okay, there's a lot of fanfare. That's what I'm hearing, fanfare. I'm seeing like you know, a marching band and the guy playing the cymbals. It's like that. But it doesn't feel like it's in celebration. It just feels like fanfare, just noise almost. It's a distraction. It's like you're walking on your path, but then you hear, you know, this fanfare. I don't know, the word keeps coming through, and these guys playing the cymbals, and you're distracted and you're looking elsewhere when really you want to continue walking on your path. But you know, that makes sense. We hear a loud noise and we want to turn to it. But a lot of these distractions actually distract us from where we're headed and where we need to go. So this is one of those distractions. It's almost like the Pied Piper when he led all of the children. Was it the Pied Piper who led the children off the cliff? I know it was rats, but there was something with children around that too. It just feels like someone is seen as a leader, but is leading you to your destruction and is leading all of these young people to walk off a cliff. They're not aware of it, but they're following the marching band. So it's like the Pied Piper. Okay. And, you know, there's people who are starting to see what's happening, and they're seeing those going over their cliff, and they're standing there shouting at the top of their lungs, and with a lot of bereavement and grief as well as they're seeing what's happening. No. But it's almost like they can't be heard over the noise and the din of the clanging of these cymbals and of this fanfare. This word keeps coming through. That's why I'm saying it. It's actually not a word I use very often, but here it is. Okay, so they're devastated at the loss of these children, and they're seeing the destruction that's happening, and they're off to the sides yelling, but nobody can hear them. And they're trying to, it's almost like there's only a small group of people over here trying to stop any further loss from happening. And then finally, it seems like there's a few warriors that show up. You know, I see them in the forms of mothers and fathers and others who actually get in the way and are able to stop any more children from going over the edge, and they're able to defend these young people. And almost divert them. So it's like they're almost mesmerized, hypnotized by this music that they're following, and then the parents and the warriors get in the way. They're still hypnotized, but they're just following this new path that's been created until they get further away from that music. They wake up and realize what had happened and that they almost walked off this cliff and lost their lives as a result. And so, you know, they were saved, essentially. But they weren't awake right away. They were just saved from going over the cliff. But they had to get away from that noise, from that music, from that hypnotic, mesmerizing, brainwashing information that's leading them down that path. And so there are those people, and there's, you know, it takes a certain type of person to stand like that as a warrior and get in between something. But we know the destruction that would happen if we didn't. And so not everyone obviously can be saved, but there are those that will be saved. And those that do wake up when they're far enough away and break out of that hypnotic state that they've been living in and can see things a lot more clearly, right? Will they be able to actually be the voices that will be able to wake up even more people? So they had to go through that experience so they could be the voice, be the lighthouse, be the way shower for those that are walking down that path without understanding themselves, because they understand how they themselves got manipulated into that situation. Okay, so if you feel that this resonates with you, perhaps there's an area where you feel that you are that warrior for someone else, and that you feel that call to you know, guide someone on a safer path, then by all means follow that inner urging. Okay, we all have different purposes here, but I believe that we are all way showers for one another. And so if you're feeling the call to engage in life in this way, by all means follow it. Okay, listen to that soul directive. Beautiful. I never know what we're going to talk about when I go into these drawings, but I hope that you found some value in that and it resonated with you. So do let me know in the comments below what spoke to you in that message today. It can speak, like as I was drawing that, it can speak to so many things that are topical and going on in the world today. But what did that bring up for you? What did that bring up for you? And maybe you can even recall a time when you woke up and saw something clearly for the first time. That your whole worldview changed because of a particular incident or experience that you had. And now you see the world completely differently. What is that experience for you? And how is that going to serve other people? Maybe that could be the light for others as well. Going into the sounds, closing our eyes. Seeing if you can hear that noise. It's always there in my acoustic field. There's always noise that I'm picking up on, and I'm always seeking ways to find that quiet or find that place where that noise is no longer part of my reality. And the more that I clear my own energetic blocks and my own stories that are no longer serving me, the quieter my field becomes, and I'm able to discern and distill information more clearly each time. So just see if you can perceive as your eyes are closed and the sounds are guiding you. How does that noise appear for you? Maybe you can just feel it or hear it as I do and feel it. How is it affecting your nervous system? We're always picking up information from the outer world, and our nervous system is taking that in and responding to that, and that can cause particular sensations in our body that can express itself as anxiety, as depression, stress, all sorts of things, leading to physical disharmony and dis-ease, leading to challenging relationships and obstacles in other areas of our life, how is your body now perceiving the information you are receiving from the world around you? How does your nervous system feel? If 10 were the most calm, completely calm and at ease and serene, where's your nervous system now? There we go. Okay, so it looks like we have some work to do today. I'm tracking numbers anywhere ranging from like 2 and 4 up to like 7 or 8, which is great. We have things to harmonize together today. So just start noticing your nervous system. And now we're just going to breathe as we're noticing the nervous system. We're just going to breathe into the heart. There's an acupuncture point in the center of the chest. We're just going to allow with our intuitive self to allow that point, that portal to open, and we're going to allow the life force to stream in through the center of our chest, and we're going to breathe from this place. We're just going to allow this life force to fill us, and we're going to allow that life force to leave us. Notice how that breath is moving, if there's any areas where it feels tight and constricted. Well, there's no effort with this breath. We're just receiving it without any efforts. Just see how much you can let in comfortably with ease, with no restriction. There you go. And then receive a little more at the end of that, just a little bit more. And then just let it go. There's no effort in letting it go either. There you go. And then let it go a little bit more without effort until that next wave of that inhale comes in like the ocean. You're just letting that wave of breath fill you up. And a little bit more. Just go slightly beyond that edge. And then the wave recedes back out into the sea. Beautiful. Do that a few more times on your own. Each inhale and exhale with complete receptivity and ease. Beautiful. Continue doing that, but notice how your body feels now just with this simple exchange of the breath like the ocean waves. Notice how your nervous system is here. If you were to give it a number from 1 to 10, 10 being the most serene and calm, where is it now? Beautiful. Everyone's numbers are going up. That's what I like to see. Just with this simple connection with the breath, of not trying to breathe, just being a conduit, a receiver of the life force itself. Just receiving the life force, and then letting it go so you can receive the next wave of life, the next wave of vitality, the next wave of health, the next wave of prosperity, the next wave of love and compassion, the next wave of your heart's desire. So we become fluid as we move with these waves, as it moves through us. So you keep going, you're doing wonderfully. So begin to surf almost, or just like sea kelp, move in this undulating way with the breath. And there's just this natural, I'm going to say primitive flow of life force through the body. thinking of like the cerebrospinal fluid, for example, these deep levels of flow. It has its own flow and rhythm in the body. There you go. Beautiful. And with that shift, there's a lot of patterns just leaving and releasing right now. Beautiful. So let's just check in here and check in with our nervous system again. From 1 to 10, 10 being the most serene and at ease. You are in your happy place. For me, that would probably be in a cabin in the middle of the mountains with nobody around for miles. No cell towers, no devices, just a good book, good food, the kids, and nature. So whatever that feeling is for you. So 1 to 10, 10 being the most serene, where's your nervous system now? Good, we're moving up into the higher levels, kind of going up and coming back down, and that's totally fine. Okay, so now let's just bring our awareness to the lower belly. You can put your hands there. It usually helps to connect with the body, with your hands and the breath. And now we're going to bring that breath in through the heart like we did, and then invite it to come down into the lower belly. So when you inhale, you'll feel the hand connect with the belly as on the inhale. So you'll feel a connection there. And we're doing it without effort. It's more just an intention of making a connection and bringing that life force down into that elixir field in the lower belly, the lower heaven. There you go. And then on the exhale, you're going to feel connection with the spine. So when you exhale, you're going to feel your belly connect with the spine. So you're making a connection with two primary channels of your energetic system, one that runs along the midline of the front of the body, the conception vessel or the Ren channel. And then you're connecting with the governing vessel or the Du channel in the back of the body when you connect with the spine. So again, there's no effort here, it's just a flow. But this time we're just putting our awareness on the belly, bringing the breath in and connecting with the hands, and letting the breath go and connecting with the spine. There we go. Now we've got a lot of beautiful movement happening. Notice how this feels with this simple shift in your awareness and your breath. There's a lot of cleansing that's happening now from this place. So we got some past life patterns in here. You keep breathing this way with the belly while I share with you what's coming through. Notice if you're efforting in the breath and just return it to this nice flow of connection. There you go. We have some ancestral lines down on the father's side and some old patterns of abuse as well on that side. And that trauma has been passed down through the lineage that you carry to this day. That you are the one to transmute it. You are the one that has the awareness and the power and the tools and the mission to transmute that for yourself and in turn harmonize that pattern for the collective. The work we do on ourselves has global impact. We're still working on this father line here. A lot of resentment and anger and bitterness. And the victim consciousness of why me. So that energy is in the field. So continue to bring that breath in to the belly. That'll help move that energy through a lot more easily. There you go. Beautiful. So now a high frequency of energy is coming in now to harmonize and cleanse the rest of the field. And everything looks pretty good on my end. Let's just check in with our nervous system now. Notice how it feels. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most serene and at ease and calm, your nervous system is just like, it's just transparent. Whatever comes to you, it just flows through you, and you're not affected by it or triggered or activated in any way. You're completely at ease. 1, you're activated, you're reactive. Where are you now? Beautiful. Everyone's looking like they're in the green zone. I love it. If the lower levels were red, orange, yellow, green, you know, those. Everyone's in the upper levels now, which I like to see. So all I invite you to do is just take a few moments throughout the day, several times a day if need be, and just connect with the breath. Breathe in through the heart. See if you can get that breath as unrestricted as possible, with the wave coming in and out. And then bring that breath down into the lower belly, into that elixir field, and connect with the hand and then connect with the spine. So you start to activate those channels in the body, and creates a circuit and the momentum, and has a very powerful cleansing process as well. So connect with that, and if you just do that several times a day, check in with your nervous system and get yourself back up to that green zone where everything is calm and serene and at ease. And you begin to see from this place that life meets you differently. It's not meeting you in your stress and in your activated nervous system. It's meeting you in your calm. And even when things come to you, it doesn't faze you in the same way, because you've primed your nervous system now to respond differently. But what I find is that life changes in relationship to where I am in my vibrational state. So the more I cultivate a calm nervous system and cultivate self-love and compassion and self-care and harmonize my body and mind on a regular basis, life changes to meet me there. So the things that I used to attract no longer come into my field at all, or the things that were causing me the challenges leave on their own volition, or they end up somehow rectifying themselves and finding balance on their own. It's an effortless way of creating change just by taking care of our own vibrational health. And if you want to learn how to do this more, or really get more specific about how your vibrational health can help you and reduce pain and anxiety and stress in your life, I invite you to check out the link below. I have a nonprofit, Double the Love Foundation, and we have an initiative that we just launched a couple of months ago, which is an online community clinic. The mission of Double the Love Foundation is to offer affordable sonic and holistic care for those who need. And so this community clinic, of which I am so proud of, I feel so honored to be a steward of this container, and the light that's coming through is sliding scale. So it's accessible and open to everyone. And I will be doing a sonic acupuncture session, which is different from these. We actually go into the patterns of the people who are there, and a lot of people have been sharing their results, and their pain has been going away. They're feeling calm that they've never felt before. We work on pain patterns, scars, surgeries, neck pain, back pain, financial patterns, whatever's in the field, and we get to work through that in a lot more depth. And so you are invited to come experience that. The link to register is in the description below. And there's also another session. Double the Love Foundation's online community clinic also hosts guest practitioners. So you get to experience other types of wellness and care from other people that you might really resonate with. Last month we had a beautiful relaxation training with 𝘗𝘰𝘯𝘢𝘕 from Germany. And this month we're having a trance healing session with 𝘗𝘰𝘯𝘢𝘵₂. I hope I said his last name right, and he's from Portugal. And it's a really powerful session as well. I've experienced it with him numerous times. So I'm very excited for you to be able to have the opportunity to experience his work and another sonic acupuncture session. I also encourage you to invite people that you think might really resonate with this type of work, that might be looking for care or something to support you in the other modalities that you're doing to really clear out the levels of in the realms, in the fields of your vibrational health where you can't see. That is the power of sound. We're able to get into those nooks and crannies and clear the obstacles and the blocks that are impeding your life force from flowing harmoniously. And anytime that life force is backed up, we experience pain in one or more areas of our life, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, finances, relationships. You get the picture, right? So this is a really beautiful opportunity to come together, to heal together, and it's a very potent space of transformation and wellness. So I look forward to seeing you there. The links to register for both events are in the description below, and your contribution and presence also supports another's well-being. So the money goes straight back into the people who need the care and can't afford it. So it's just this beautiful water wheel of generative life force that you taking care of yourself supports the well-being of another. So I am so grateful for you for that. I look forward to seeing you at another session somewhere in space and time. And I thank you for coming together with me to harmonize the nature of oneself. Blessings.